Welcome. Make yourself comfortable, won't you? I want to tell you a story.
Greetings, invaders. My name is Scott. Thanks for joining me to Book Invasion, and welcome to a book haul. It's been a while since I did one of these. I picked up a bunch of books recently, and I will talk about them to you now. But first one up, this is The Prey of Gods by Nikki Drayden. This one was a used bookstore find, and it just happened to be signed to by the author. What? I don't know a lot about this. I know this was on my Goodreads, like, recommended if you like all the other stuff that I've read. So I've seen this floating around a lot. It looks super cool. I haven't read really a lot about it. An emerging Ai Uprising. An ancient demigoddess hell-bent on regaining her former status by preying on the blood and sweat, but mostly blood, of every human she encounters. That sounds awesome. So I'm looking forward to reading this. Boom. Next up is The Phlebotomist. The Phlebotomist by Chris Panettiere. A clever, inventive fantasy with a horrific twist that explores whether we are more than the sum of our parts. Quote by Tal M. Klein, author of The Punch Escrow. I did read The Punch Escrow. I should put a review up for that. It was good. In a near future where citizens are subject to the mandatory blood draw, government phlebotomist Willow Wallace witnesses an event that will make her question her whole world. This one I had gotten signed too. Boom. Because I'd ordered it from the bookstore, the author's local bookstore, I believe. They put a Twitter post that says, "We got signed copies in stock." So I went on that like a mother. But, also, the author had done an interview with A.G. McDonald. Go check out his channel and check out the interview with the author on that as well. But this is from Angry Robot Books. This one just came out in the last couple months. So I'm looking forward to reading that one as well. Let's see. The next bunch I have are all kind of indie, independent, self-published releases that I ordered from the authors, I think, or they had sent them to me. The first up, Bay's End by Mr. Edward Lauren, our own booktuber known as E. He had gotten a bunch of copies, I believe, and selling them off as the final printing of these books. They won't be in print anymore, so I grabbed Bay's End, signed by him. So for the most part, Edward Lauren writes horror, amongst other things. This one, I think, was the first one I had kind of seen from him when I had gotten on Booktube. And two, this one was on Amazon, recommended to me to check out. The new one I just received from Joshua Rex called What's Coming for You, a collection of stories, horror stories. And so I think I was approached by the author on Twitter, and he's like, "Hey, I just released a book of horror stories. You want to check it out?" And I said, "Oh, I only have like a million other things I have to read." "Sure, send it over." No, I didn't. I couldn't say no. You got to support the indie authors, guys. So, don't know much about this, but looking forward to reading that. The next one I have is A Voice So Soft by Patrick Lacey. Patrick Lacey is a horror author. This one, Angie Everstein, America's newest pop queen, is sweeping the nation with her #1 single, Forever With You. When a string of murders and strange occurrences plague the country, police officer Mike Mallory believes Angie is somehow connected. Joined by a psychology professor, an amateur record producer, and Angie's twin sister, Shauna, Mike will need to act quickly to stop the murders from spreading because Angie's coming home to Salem, Massachusetts for the concert of a lifetime on Halloween night, and her fans are quite rabid. Grindhouse Press. So yeah, it's horror stuff. I believe he signed this one to Scott Pop Music is the Devil. This kind of reminds me of a mix between We Sold Our Souls and Scott O'Moore's Your Favorite Band Cannot Save You. Love me some rock music, horror tie-ins. Let's go through a couple more. The next one I have is Burn by Ge Hathaway. This author, she is a local, well, not local, she lives in Tucson, Arizona. And this is kind of a post-apocalyptic thriller that takes place in Tucson in the year 2230. Humans have successfully engineered their existence to such a degree that nothing can interrupt the productive flow of their lives. Even in the most inhospitable climates, such as the desert, people can live with ease thanks to the grid. It worked perfectly until the fall. An impressive post-apocalyptic thriller that will grip you right from the beginning and doesn't let go. Burn is a must-read. So I saw this, and I had this on my wish list for a long time, and I purchased it from the author. Published in April of 2020. There's some good reviews for this. So check it out, Burn by Ge Hathaway. I'm excited to get into some futuristic post-apocalyptic thriller about the desert, which is where I live. The next one I have was just kind of a cover by, but it's also a cool sci-fi thing. And then the blurb on this was for fans of the Hunger Games and Red Rising. Boom, got it. So this is God and the Machine by Cole Martin. This is, I guess, indie published. I think he's in the UK, perhaps. I could be wrong, but I saw the cover on like his thread of like, hey, everybody, writers lift or authors lift, post your book covers. And I saw this one and I was like, dang, that's awesome. I love it. So I messaged the author and I said, hey, how's it going? I love your cover. I think I'm just gonna buy your book. Let's see. Earth is dying. The resistance lives on. The Nihon will rise. Blinded by their addiction to technology, the people of Earth's last city shelter beneath an artificial sky, shielded from the devastating impacts of global warming. Still some strive for change. Driven underground, a refugee of a forgotten war, dragged into a war to save a world that rejected him, Elias risks losing the one thing he was fighting for, his brother. So yeah. I mean, you blurb Red Rising, I'm on it. The last one I got was a while ago, but I absolutely love it, and I'm super excited to have this in my collection. I may have hauled this on my last video, but I will. I'm going to haul it again. This is called I'm Not Even Supposed to Be Here Today by Brian Asman. And I'm a Clerks fan, I'm a Kevin Smith fan. Early Kevin Smith stuff is great. I loved it. Oh, there's a mention of the Happy Scrappy Hero pup in the author's notes. Once you've opened the portal of that particular circle of the mid-90s, there's no telling what other references might come through. Mallrats, Chasing Amy, Dogma, anything but yoga hosers, clearly. So this is a novella that's pretty short. It's less than 100 pages. Eraserhead Press, published in 2019. But I mean, it's like a kaiju Kevin Smith. After a killer surf session, Scott Crane stops in his local Fazmart for a delicious icy slush puppy. But before he can leave, a homeless guy outside has a stroke and accidentally recites an ancient Latin phrase that summons a very hungry demon who just happens to look like filmmaker Kevin Smith. That's awesome. Anyway. Hey guys, Future Scott here, cutting in. As I was editing this video, I just received another book in the mail. This is Post-Apocalyptic Paradise by Alistarius Black. And this is another indie self-published sci-fi, obviously a post-apocalyptic story about a boy who is on a nightmarish journey to find humanity. Mutants, monsters, terrors. He makes it through by the skin of his teeth, not until encountering a towering behemoth who completely mutilates his right arm. They fall unconscious, and then he wakes up in an underground bunker with a new prosthetic arm. And a man named Grimm who mentors Wyatt on how to use his newfound abilities. With his new arm, Wyatt becomes a target of all eyes on him since reaching the city, an arm of which many secrets revealed around. Some may lead him to find the truth behind his origin. This comes in it's like 450 some pages. It's not a skimpy book. So this is the first novel from indie author Alistair Black. This looks pretty awesome. You may have seen this hauled on some other booktubers channels, but I'm excited to give it a chance, give it a shot, and read it because it sounds pretty amazing. And this is a great cover. Indie authors, this is as simple as it needs to be to get noticed because it's a great job on the artwork on that. That's my indie section of my book haul. So definitely check all these out. And I'll let you know my thoughts on them when I read them. Physical books are a little bit trickier for me to read, but I hope to get to them all eventually. Thanks for watching, everybody. I will see you next time. Adios.